Hey everybody, Prince's friend here, with the brand new mic and all. It's actually in the shot this time. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been seeing in a lot of my comments, especially in the comments about the Sony deal that the Prince Estate has made with Sony, and the impact that that's going to end up having on the Prince Estate. So obviously a lot of people are like, hey, yeah, that sounds awesome because it's going to get all the rest of the albums out after 1993. It's going to turn over a lot of the rights from Warner Brothers to Sony, which some people like and other people don't. Some people are like,
Did you see what Sony did to Michael Jackson?
And then the other side is like,
good, get it out of Warner Brothers' hands, they're evil.
And honestly, I don't believe that any record company is evil. I think Michael Jackson had issues with Sony, and Prince had issues with Warner Brothers because very large performers end up having issues with their record companies. Video is not really about that. What it is about is a comment that I've gotten more than once, more than twice, more than a handful of times. I've gotten it quite a bit. But it's basically somebody saying, who cares if they get the other albums out? I already have everything. And to that I say, good for you. Guess what? I have everything as well. And I'm sure there's actually a couple of things maybe I didn't get or maybe I missed or whatever. But I'm pretty sure I have pretty much everything. But it doesn't matter. Because the estate isn't going to base their decisions on what albums to release or what deals to make based on what you have. They're going to make it based on what they think they can sell. And I will tell you right now that I've talked to several people who have come onto this channel. They've watched my videos. They've told me they are learning so much about Prince just from these videos, and it's getting them to want to go out and buy those Prince albums. The problem with that is that you can't get all of them. You can get some of them, and I'll even say you can get most of them. But some of them are very rare. Some of them were limited prints. Some of them were online only. There's a ton of material out there. Prince definitely did not skimp in the music department. I always make the joke that Prince spoiled me as a music fan, because I would get an album every year, and then I would look at other acts that I like, and I'd be like, why did it take you 5 years to make this album? And it didn't. It's just that their record companies didn't want them to release another one so soon, but I mean, that is what it is. But yeah, I mean, there's even those people who are saying that the stuff that they're releasing from the vault isn't good enough. Now, and that's a different complaint than what I have, which is that the stuff from the vault that they're releasing seems to be very mid-80s, early to mid-80s centric, and that's the part I don't like. But instead, these people are saying, I already have the bootleg for that thing, so why do I care if they release this thing to the public? And that's kind of the wrong attitude to have. I had all the tracks from Deliverance before Deliverance almost was released, but in the version that was then released, it sounded way better. I also have the Piano and a Mic 1983 bootleg and whatever. The sound's not that great, and already just from the one track that they've shared, the audio is definitely better. It's been heightened, it's been remastered, it sounds way better. Even if you already have the thing, they're going to re-release it and it's going to be better. So why is that a thing to complain about? People are saying, I just want the new music. Well, that's the thing about it, is that there are so many leaked and pirated Prince songs out there. Not only that, but also a bunch of tracks that he released himself through the MPG Music Club and LoveForOneAnother.com and a bunch of other things. These all kind of deserve to be on albums, whether you have them or not. It just seems like the worst, most selfish comment to make, and I know that I'm kind of calling out a few of you, but I am not excited about this for me. I already own all the albums. I am thinking about possibly rebuying some of the albums, but I don't need to do that. That's going to be a nice to have, not a need to have, because I already have all of the music. But I want it for those new people who will be coming out and listening to that album for the first time. I want it for those people who want to check out the liner notes and stuff, that like the music is great, but what about the pictures in the booklet? What about the way that Prince wrote notes and stuff in the booklets and all kinds of stuff? And it definitely irks me that there are people in this community who don't care about the other people in this community, because that's really annoying and you should stop it. Because I am super excited about these albums coming out. Whether they're not the ones that I personally wanted, I'm still excited about them. It's progress forward, and it's getting us to a place where we'll be able to get more and more out as we go along. So that is the end goal, is to have a steady stream of music, because that's the last thing you want, is that they just say, oh, well, here's all the Vault music, bam, here's 1,000 tracks. Like, you're not going to be able to digest that. That's going to be worse than when Prince was out and he was releasing an album a year. People were already saying that was too fast. So, yeah, I like the fact that they're taking their time. I like the fact that they're going to be very diligent in getting these new albums out, but also in making sure that people are able to get their hands on the albums that already exist. This is an important thing for Prince's legacy, because as I said in the last Why Prince Sucks video, a lot of the reason why people don't listen to Prince or think that he's not great or that he just lost his stardom or all that stuff was because after 1993 it seemed like he kind of fell off the face of the earth, because if you already weren't in those circles, it was really hard to find the music, and it still is. So thank you, Sony and Troy Carter and the Prince Estate, for making these deals, and super excited that everyone will be able to enjoy these albums. And to all the people out there who are saying, I don't care because I already have it all, get your house in order. That's the wrong attitude to have. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to continue this discussion, but also tell me what album you hope is going to come out in 2019 from Tidal, even though they're trying to take that deal back, but whatever. Put all that stuff down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/princessfriend, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. And as always, may you live to see the dawn. Honey, don't you know I will slap the waves out your head if you do not subscribe?